The dark and winding paths of the jungle are home to some of the most cunning and audacious species in the SMITE ecosystem. Join me as I explore the canopies of this mysterious biome and uncover the creatures that call it home. Amongst the many species of the jungle, none is more secluded than the hibernating bear. Solitary in nature, these creatures rarely stray from the corridors of the jungle and find solace in farming the camps within. Some say these organisms perish at the hands of harpy camps more often than when trying to help their fellow laners land a kill.
I'm gonna die of these. Yes!
But you can always know that a bear jungler will be there at your blue buff every time without fail. For where there is farm to be had, the bear will be glad, but take even a tad and they will be mad. After maturing from their cub stages in the jungle, the hibernating bear can use their enormous food reserves to blaze past the competition in terms of development and crush their foes not through skill, but through being several levels and an item ahead of their competitors. After all, the most skillful rat in the world will lose to the dumbest bear every time, and the hibernating bear exploits this simple fact to its advantage to gain control of its surroundings in the later stages of its life. However, the bears are not without resistance when fattening up for the winter months. The jaguar can always be lurking around any corner of the jungle, waiting to snap up a kill for itself. The jaguar is a highly territorial creature which truly believes that all areas of the jungle are theirs and theirs alone. Often found furiously DMing the enemy jungler when their own speed buff is stolen, the jaguar is not a species to be trifled with.
You have fucking enemy speed?
If left unchecked, they can and will take what's theirs, leaving others starving undefeated. There is a certain brutal efficiency by which jaguars go about their business that can only be admired. However, they are not without their weaknesses. Their wanton aggression and operations deep in enemy territory will not go unnoticed, and fellow creatures of the barren plains of Solo Lane or even the lowland plains of Duo Lane will happily take the jaguar down a peg with a quick migration before returning to their own plains. Because of this, many jaguars do not survive to maturity. However, those that do will enjoy the fruits of their labours with a stockpile even larger than their close cousins, the bears, as they control not only their own territory and farm, but the enemies as well. The jaguars will also take their strategy of everything is mine into maturity, and can often be found diving behind enemy lines searching for kills or their own demise, whichever comes first.
This
blue buff
is mine, and this
fire giant
sign.
The life of a jaguar can be the harshest, but also the most rewarding in the animal kingdom. However, none compare to the reckless aggression of the chimp junglers. These organisms are the essence of Return to Monkey, as they will attempt to attack anything they see with no regard for their own farm or awareness of their surroundings. These species can often be found using aggressive picks that succeed early in their life but suffer in their old age. These organisms care not for XP and gold, but have only one desire, and it is to see their enemies suffer and their allies prosper. Whether they succeed in that goal is up for debate, however. Some chimps can land early kills and get a head start in life, but others will fail, and with no way to recoup their losses, they fade into obscurity for the rest of their life, while their fellow organisms pick up the slack or suffer defeat. This wanton aggression is carried with the chimp throughout its life, and when the flock comes to roost as a unit, they will be found ignoring all structures and objectives to chase down enemy organisms they deem a threat. With the skills in combat they have built up throughout their adolescent years, the chimps can be extremely effective in this goal and will often be fearsome killers, especially if they catch you alone. However, they can suffer when enemy species learn to work together and help each other, as they will often be found way out of their depth, attacking 5 enemies at once and perishing as a result, returning their bodies to the earth and returning their brains to Monkey. But such is the nature of the jungle. The variety of life forms that exist here cover almost all aspects of life under the canopy. They say variety is the spice of life, and that is more evident in the jungle than any other biome on Planet SMITE. From the hyper-aggressive chimp species to the calm but calculated bears, to the ferocious and risky jaguars, there is no shortage of interesting life that evolution has given us in the dense jungles of Planet SMITE.